And obviously, if you're down 13 points at half, you lose your all-star. You managed to outscore the best team in the NBA, 68-40. How did that come together like it did?
We picked up our level of aggression and force in the second half, and we were really tied together. And they missed some shots, they missed some open shots, but so did we. But our calling card has got to be our aggression and our depth. And in the second half, we played the way we needed to play to be competitive in a game like this.
I guess just to dig in a little bit of the defensive numbers, I think you guys held them to 4 of 20 in the third. I think 0 of 6 from 3. Just what stood out? You mentioned obviously the physicality, the edge. I mean, what else did you like?
Just trying to make it hard on them. And so, all that, it's one game. We got to play these guys again in 2 days. That's, it's a major challenge. And so, but I just thought our connectivity in the second half was as good as it's been all year. And it has to be against a team of this level in a building with this kind of, with this kind of atmosphere. It's very, very difficult to play here.
Obviously, Jarace had the experience of having to play without Ty before and then take over. Just what impressed you about what he did? Obviously on both ends, but especially when he has to come out and run the offense.
Yeah, he and TJ were great in the second half. Good, really good 1-2 punch. They both play the game a little differently. They bring, something a little differently offensively, but defensively, they're both guys that are up and they're aggressive. And so, it's really a tone setter, when we're playing full court defense and up into people.
What is the concern level with Ty?
I don't know. I was told that he was having tightness.
Okay. And that's all you haven't heard anything? No. MRI or anything like that, or that's it? Yeah.
No.
You said when you were giving us the pregame scouting report, you said the Cavs didn't have any weaknesses. But I was wondering, with matching up against the Pacers, I was wondering if you could speed them up a little, and it seemed like you were able to do that in the second half.
We're just trying to play our style, which is to be aggressive, to play fast when we can. Look, they're playing a lot faster this year than they have in the previous few years. So, look, it's just one game. It's just one game. I mean, and I haven't even looked at the rebounding numbers, So, yeah. So look, in the aggression stats, we did a good job with turnovers, and the possession of the ball is such a key. So, we got to try to repeat some of these good things and make some adjustments too.
How did you see Ben and Pascal adjust in the second half? I think Ben was 1 of 4. Pascal was 2 of 10. Those guys obviously get you a bunch of buckets in the second half.
Who, Mathurin?
Yeah, Mathurin and Siakam both seemed like they stepped up. But Mathurin in particular seemed to have a more connected idea.
Ben was much more decisive in the second half than the first. He was set up much better with spacing and vision, and he took the right shots. In the first half, he got into some crowds. He ended up with the ball late clock. There were some tough situations, but he did a much better job with reads in the second half, and had some big rebounds. And look, I don't look at whether or not he's making every shot. It's just the shots that he's taken. I mean, he's gonna make shots. I mean, he's a great scorer. As long as he's taking the right shots, I'm good. I'm good. First half, not so much. Second half, much better.
What do you like about Jarace and Obi in particular? The force they brought. Jarace gets 12 rebounds. I think it was really important for you for closing down possessions.
This was Jarace's best game of the year. Best game since he's been a Pacer. And we've been talking to him about compete level consistency, attention to detail, rebounding and physicality, and I mean, he showed all those things tonight. He was very consistent, and so, his contribution to this game was massive. And he had a couple of really nice assists and got us a couple of dunks for other guys. So, again, against this team in this atmosphere, any time you can get anything that's easy, it's a big bonus.
I'm gonna call it I bet. What's the questions?
Let's start with the dunk, because why not? I mean, basically, obviously, you get that steal right there in the backcourt. I mean, what are you thinking there? And, like, obviously, you have an opportunity to do something special. Like, what goes through your head at that moment?
Yeah, we was just in like our press or whatever, pressing, and I seen a pass. I think it was Donovan to George, I think it was, and it was just an open dunk. We're gonna call that one the whoa. Shout out Jello, and Daryl Dawkins. I'm gonna start naming my dunks from now on. So here we go.
You guys obviously hold them to 40 in the second half. You're down 13 at the break. That's the best offense in the league. You're the first team to hold them under 100 this year. I mean, just what got so much better defensively for you guys in the second half?
We're just connected. I feel like everybody's locked into everything the coaches is saying, and we're playing hard. We're playing with energy, and we're understanding each other, and everybody's just in the right place at the right time.
What just happened? Obviously, you find out at half, or I don't know when you guys find out, but obviously you know you're going to be without Tyrese. And just how did you guys react to that moment, basically, and what did you think, okay, this is what we've got to get right here?
Yeah, we understand how much Tyrese means to the team, but when you're in the game, someone gets hurt, is next man up. And that's the mentality we had. And I felt like Ben went in there, Shep went in there and did what he had to do to help us win. So.
How important, obviously, is Drew in a situation like that? He's certainly been through that situation before to keep it together.
Yeah, Drew is Drew. Like he's gonna, you know what to expect from him every single time. He knows how to control the game offensively, and everybody knows him defensively. It's no secret. One of the best defenders in the league. So he did a great job controlling the pace of the game and our team, and that's how we got the W. So.
Drew, obviously, you guys are down 13 at the break. You come back, hold them to 40 after halftime. Just what got that much better for you guys defensively? What stood out to you on that?
I think we ramped up the physicality. We picked them up full court a little bit better than we did in the first half, and I think that run to start the second half gave us a lot of confidence for the rest of the game to make plays on both sides of the floor.
What did you kind of learn about them in the first half? And obviously, again, they're the most efficient offense in the league. I mean, what did you kind of put together in terms of what it was going to take, I guess, that you're able to
answer that question after next game.
Understandable. Obviously, you've been in a position where you've had to play point before with tie out, but I guess at what point around halftime do you know that you're going to have to move? Basically, and what did you feel like you had to do just to keep everybody?
Found out at halftime. I mean, I feel comfortable. I'm bringing the ball up a lot when Ty's in the game, so I feel comfortable with the ball in my hands. I was just trying to have the ball popping and moving. It's not just about me; it's about playing as a group. Honestly, I think we did a great job as playing as a group.
How do you think you guys got better at that? I mean, as far as like just offensively, taking the right shots, making the right passes, getting yourselves easier buckets, more open looks. I mean, just what came together in terms of just the offensive execution?
I think we all individually understand how far it goes in terms of us winning, and I think we all have to take a step back in terms of our own agendas. And we found a way to fit in and still be aggressive, but still understand when to do it for the team, when to do it for ourselves.
You obviously got a bunch of big performances from other young guys. Obviously, Ben stepped up in the second half. Jarace gets 12 rebounds. I think a ton of that just would impress you, but some of those guys.
What's that? Yeah. Jarace had a great game. I thought he was super active on defense, tipping balls. Him and Obi gave us a really big boost in that second unit in the second half. Hit some big threes. I loved how he played tonight.
How much is that one dunk that you got? You guys are obviously started already, but Obi gets a three and then that steal in the dunk. I mean, just what did that moment?
I think we're already a together group, but plays like that have the bench excited, especially on the road. It gives us a good little vibe playing against the team with the crowd behind them.
At halftime, I talked with Mike, and he said that they had not been to the free throw line. He thought that was an indication that you guys weren't physical enough. Was physicality the key to the second half?
Yeah, I'm not even sure how much we talked about it much, but it just was more physical in the second half, and it was a better tone to get stops and then play stops. And I think that's when we're at our best, when we're playing that type of physical hoops.
No one's wanting to be satisfied. It's game 40. You have a long way to go. But just the transformation of this team over the last month, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as doing what we're supposed to do, doing our job. I think we had this potential. We showed it last year at times, and we just want to keep getting better every day and have fun playing with each other and win games.
Also, again, it's only one game, but you guys are the first team to hold them under 100.
We had a good game.
You know, and obviously defense is something you guys have been working through to get better a lot. Just what's it mean, to you to have that kind of performance against a team like that?
It's big. It's big. Ever since I got here, I think we were 30th first year. Like started off most of the season like 30th in defense, and we've kind of just changed a little bit of it and playing harder on that side of the floor. The coaching staff does a great job of putting us in the right positions. We played hard tonight, though, and we want to build off of that. Be consistent with it.
You start on point guard, but we were fortunate enough. We have this guy Drew to my right. Man's a dog. He's a dog. He's able to step up and just play his game. What he had to do, and we were able to win the game, which was the most important thing.
I know that it's just another night in the NBA, but that's the best offensive team in the league. You held them to by far the lowest point total that they've had this year. Is there an adjustment that was made, or was there something that you guys saw coming in that you thought you could take advantage of at that end?
Yeah, we play them Tuesday. I don't want to reveal any secrets or formula how we were able to beat them. We just have to figure out. We watched a lot of film, and I feel like our preparation for them was really important. And we have a game in less than 48 hours, so we have to be able to enjoy the win, but come back and do the same thing.
Obviously, defense is something you guys have had to improve, over the last couple of years. It's something that you've put a lot of time into trying to get better to where you were last year. Just what does it mean to you to have that kind of performance, again, especially against a team like this that was leading the league in offensive efficiency?
It's good. I mean, like I said, we were able to, how much we beat them? 15?
What's that?
We beat them by 15? I mean, it's a great team effort, and everybody, contributed to the win. We had guys who played 7 minutes that had, 2 rebounds, and 2 rebounds was what we needed the most. So I'm just glad that everybody had a part in this one.
Rick was just saying he felt like you were a lot more decisive offensively in the second half, took smart shots, made smart passes, stuff like that. I mean, what do you feel like you got right in the second half offensively?
I don't know, but to be honest, I seen one go in and then it was done. I was like, but I was just more decisive. The game came easier and slowed down. Everything was going well.
What changed for you guys second half defensively, especially held those guys to 40 and they're, most efficient team offensively in the league? Just what do you think?
I feel like it was our defense. We were up on them. We had the black mentality, full court pressure, turning guys in the backcourt, and then just trusting our instincts and each other on the opposite end too. So I feel like we communicated a lot better than we normally do, and I feel like that helped with some of the switches and some of the schemes that they were trying to run.
Rick said he thought this was the best game you've played as a Pacer. I mean, do you agree with that, and why? I mean, what stands out to you about your own performance tonight?
I mean, it was a good game. I feel like I was very impactful on both sides of the ball, I would say. I mean, it's always more I could do, but I feel like just in terms of my effort and energy, I feel like it was really high tonight. So I feel like that's why I had such a high impact.
With 12 rebounds, I mean, just how much does that mean to you, basically? That's obviously an area you've been trying to get a lot better there to make that kind of an impact on the glass. You obviously needed to finish some stops. How important do you think that was?
It was big time. I mean, just limiting their offensive second chance points. You got 2 really high-level rebounders over there, and Mobley and Allen. So just having the big guys down there because they're boxing out, they're fighting. So I was able to clean a couple of them up.
So obviously defense is what stands out, but you still had to get it together offensively when you lose Tyrese at half. I mean, what do you think you guys did so well to stay connected? Obviously you still have a Drew that you can trust there. The point is a big deal, but you still have to change some rules. What do you think just went well in terms of staying efficient in the second half?
I feel like we moved the ball a lot. Everybody was getting touches. We were a lot of movement on offense. People weren't just standing. So I feel like just that overall movement just increased, and I feel like that's what we have to do when the star goes out like that.